Good evening, everybody. What's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar, back at it again with another live stream. I want to give a special shout out to the customers of theafricansuperstar.com, www.theafricansuperstar.com. A lot of the apparel I wear and my performances and my music videos is available for purchase there. Big shout outs to our members only that are designated by the circle next to their name. And last but not least, all the African superstar music lovers. I want to give a special shout out to all of you that have sent votes for our category. As it stands, we're still leading. There's 4 more days left of voting. So I see that I check the votes every day, and I see you guys are still continuing to send votes. So that's really great because we want to win. And the person who gets the overall most votes in the competition is also subject to prizes. There's a lot of prizes that are available. Let me actually share with you guys the prizes. Big shout outs to you guys. Please make sure you like the stream. Yeah, so we're going to wait for the folks to get in here, and I'm going to get into my topic tonight. So let me just share with you the latest information as of the award show. Okay? It says, winners of each category will be entitled to a customized plaque, A3 certificate of awards, fully paid music promotion masterclass with Kwame Ba. Least votes to win a category is 600 plus votes. Winners with more than 3,000 plus votes, in addition, will be entitled to a TV, fridge, or smart gadget and 1 month of a music promotional deal. All first and second place runners for the various categories will be entitled to a customized medal, a certificate of honor, souvenirs from Boomplay. These items will be presented on stage. The overall winner with the highest votes is entitled to a music promotion deal with Boomplay and a media interview at MX24 TV. So that's actually a TV interview. Hello. So I'm really excited about that. That information came out today. So as it stands, we have surpassed 3,000 votes so far. We had GBL from our channel send 5,001 go. So we are currently, the number 1 in our category. But again, anything can happen in these next few days. So African Superstar family, still continue to send your votes. Big shout outs to you guys. I had to take time out and get into that. The next topic I want to talk about is, why are Black American women opportuning in Africa? So Black American women, in my opinion, are holding the torch in regards to migrating back to the continent. It's very evident that they are the ones that are very passionate about it. I mean, unfortunately, you don't see a lot of males from the diaspora kind of spearheading this. Hey, we need to move to the continent, make our presence be known, integrate, intermarry. That doesn't seem to be one of the top priorities of the males from the diaspora. It's totally being led by females from the diaspora, and more namely Black Americans. We do have some Caribbean folks that are coming here. There's a sizable Jamaican community here in Ghana, as well as the Black British and other Europeans. But I'd say those that are making the most noise definitely are the Black American females. And I want to talk about why it is that they've got their sights set on the continent, and and some of the pros and cons of that. Obviously they are coming here wanting to bring their kids, wanting to resettle because of a lot of the hostility that's in the West that they're facing. Also, the complexity with, Black American men. It's no secret that many Black American women that are coming to Africa are coming looking for love, looking for partners, marriage, children, all of that stuff. And that comes from the unavailability of their counterparts. Realistically, wherever you grow in an ideal world and setting, you would want to be able to matriculate right there. Okay. So if you're like myself, you're born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, ideally you would be able to matriculate, work, and live right where you are. Progressive Black women are looking at the horizon and saying, this looks kind of, you know, not safe. It looks like I'm not going to be able to realize my dreams. It looks like there's a lot of hostility in this environment, a lot of violence in this. You know, how am I going to achieve my legacy desires and all of this stuff? So you have the group of Black Americans that are progressive, and they start looking at all the dynamics happening in the West, and they're like, I need to branch out and look elsewhere because the likelihood of me achieving here is not high. You do also have the predatory diaspora. Hello. Yes. You have the predatory diaspora. That's like, oh yeah, I can take my $2 over to Africa. I'm going to be seen as a king or queen. I'm going to, you know, be a big deal over there. I'm going to be able to kind of get preferential treatment. And they're attracted to that. There are some Black women that are coming here to the continent, and they are absolutely opportuning on continental males. I received feedback from my video, my live stream I did last night, in which I talked about, obviously, immigration and intercultural marriages a bit. And I heard a story from a, you know, Ghanaian man, and he told me how, you know, some of the diasporan women, when they come to Africa, they are dangling this citizenship. You know, you can come to America, we can get married and all this kind of stuff, only for the guys to get overseas. And now that woman is treating him like a slave. That woman is, you know, basically exerting power over him. That person is now like, yeah, you got to do what I say, or you're not going to get your papers, kind of thing. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes I just look at the state of our people and I'm just like, I don't understand all of this confusion, you know, that goes on. A lot of Black American women are starved for attention. They're starved for affection. They have not been able to have a healthy romantic life, you know, maybe get married, or the situation with their children, or if they don't have children. And so they are moving on to greener pastures to achieve that. And I think that the relationship between, you know, the diaspora and the continent could be very beneficial if we were honest with each other about our expectations, if we were transparent about what it's about. People here on the continent will deny that they are interested in foreigners solely for the purpose of papers, knowing that they're interested in foreigners solely for the papers. You know, their attitude is, I want to go to England, I want to go to Germany, I want to go to America, I want to go to Canada, and any opportunity to get there, I'm going to take it. So they may not even genuinely be interested in the individual that comes along that presents that opportunity. However, I feel like if maybe the standards were set out for everybody, you know, so that member of the diaspora that comes here is like, hey, look, I want marriage, I want kids, I want sex, I want a partner, I want this, I want that. And then that counterpart they're getting with is like, you know what, look, I'm happy to provide you that stuff. I want papers, you know, or I need papers or whatever. Then both of you guys know what is on the table. Okay. There's nothing like these false expectations that come along. I think the other reason Black American women are opportuning here in Africa is because they realize that the things that we have access to here, we don't have access to in the West. And the time is now before those opportunities are more difficult to access, more expensive, or just ultimately become out of reach. I believe that the Black American women see it, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to buy this land. I want to get my project underway. I want to do this. I want to bring my kids. You know, for many Black American women, it's like they recognize that America is no longer safe, you know, for their kids. Same thing with Black British. They're like, all this gang violence, all this knifing, all this kind of stuff that goes on in London, for instance. I don't want my kids exposed to that. They can have a bit more safety and freedom and things like that on the homeland. So the Black American women have a multitude of reasons why they're opportuning. Some are good, some are bad. Coming to the continent, trying to flex on the local men, or stuff like that. It's not productive behavior. And again, it will end in tears. If you're coming trying to take advantage of people because you feel like you're the big bad American, you're the big foreigner, they're going to hold you in high esteem. You know what I mean? It's not, the way we're doing things nowadays, guys. It's not great. What's up, Marie? I see you. Thank you so much for the compliment. These braids are going to come out soon, huh? Because I'm getting ready to go to the award show. Yes. I'll be collecting my award in style, different hairstyle. But thank you so much for the compliment. What's up, Roshan? I see you in the building. If you're here tonight, I'm talking about why are Black American women opportuning in Africa? You know what I mean? One of the big reasons, to be totally honest, is they're coming looking for partners. They are coming looking for partners. And I want to say this word of the wise to ladies that are basing in the West that are wanting to come to Africa for potential relationships. It really behooves you to understand cultural differences. You cannot simply come to the continent, pluck a man from Nigeria, pluck him from Ghana, and just kind of put him in your capsule back in Canada, back in America. He is his own person. And in order for you to interact with him better and, potentially make this thing work, even if the relationship is transactional, he wants papers, you want a husband. Or you want that team, or you want kids. Everybody goes to potential relationships with motives. That's just the reality, okay? Everybody is expecting, I want a partner, I want 2 incomes, I want this, I want sex, I want, legacy, I want, and for some diasporans, it's like, okay, I need somebody to help me plug into the continent. I want somebody to teach me the language or teach me cultural norms, or I want to reestablish my connection to the continent. So you're looking at your potential, continental African partner as a liaison to help that happen. Nothing wrong with motives, nothing wrong with intent. As long as, the two of you guys are aware of the transaction that you're entering. It's only fair if you come here dangling citizenship for that man, that you see that thing through. Whatever promises you're making on your side, make sure you're upholding those things. It's only fair. I find that when transactional situations are made and the transaction is supported, both parties are doing their share, the deal goes smooth. The only time there's problems is one or both parties decide, yeah, I know I made this promise, but I'm not going to uphold it. Now the other person feels cheated. Now the other person feels slighted. That's where the problem is. We could potentially make intercultural marriage work for us if we were all being more transparent. If you're coming here and again, you think you're just going to pick up your African man, take him back to the West, and that's going to be that's a recipe for disaster. You need to understand what you're getting into and prepare yourself for that. You need to understand the outlook a bit of how your husband or wife feels if you're planning on doing that. Because I just feel like the unrealistic expectations on both ends contributes to the failures of a lot of these intercultural marriages. Okay? And then sometimes you guys are in a utopia here in Africa while you're here on your vacation or you're here for extended time. Everything is lovely. Everything is great. Now you take him or her into the other setting. And, let's face it, moving to America, moving to Europe, it's stressful. It's different than the continent. They could be having culture shock the same way when you come to the continent. You have culture shock. They're away from their family. They're away from their friends. They now have to speak, maybe they don't get to speak their language as much. And, for people that are here on the continent, the community is big. Communal events are big. People get lonely when they are missing from their home. The transition can be difficult. So that's something that the diaspora also needs to understand. If you're taking your partner into the West, that can be depressing for them. Now they're going to start experiencing winter, something they've never experienced in their life. Now they're going to start experiencing racism. Okay. Now they're going to have to deal with, just a completely different environment. It's difficult. If you want to enter into those things, you need to be open-minded. Okay. And patient. What's up, family? I see you there. Roshan says, I feel like a lot of us see the end of the West and are trying to get out. Big shout outs to her. Yes, definitely. I would say that many Black American women, they know the jig is up. Okay. And they're like, let me just go ahead and make the move now before it gets difficult to facilitate. Big shout out to Roshan. She also adds, everybody is looking to get something from the relationship. Just be open and honest. I don't know why this is such a problem for our people. You act like you want to get this person and they need to love you for you. And, and if I didn't have, 21 questions, if I didn't have this, if I went to jail tomorrow, listen, at the end of the day, especially at our age, people will definitely want something from the deal. They absolutely do. Ladies that are foreign, make no mistake. You're dealing with guys on the continent. You're dealing with guys in South America, whatever. They want, they're probably initially going to be attracted to you because you're foreign. You might be pretty, maybe they like your body, but they are considering that being with you comes with certain benefits. Okay. It's on your end to determine, okay, am I also going to get what I want about this man? Am I also going to win in this deal, or am I going to take all the loss? Am I going to take all the deficits? Is it beneficial to me? I'll give you 2 examples. Okay. Big shout outs, guys. Leave me comments to be greeted. I'm doing shout outs now. 2 examples. All right. So let's say Marie she goes to, she goes to South Africa. Okay. She goes to South Africa and she meets this South African businessman. Okay. The businessman, he's probably about 10 years younger than her, but he's got an established business in South Africa. He's got his own house. He's got his own car. He tells Marie, you know what? I was in a serious relationship. I was engaged. My fiance got ill. She died. And I really, really want to get married. And, you're the kind of woman that I like, that I want. Okay. Now, Marie has previously said, ooh, I don't want to date anybody younger than me. She looks at this thing comprehensively. She says the guy's attractive. He's well established in South Africa. He's never been married. He doesn't have any baggage. And, he says, I'm the one. Okay. Now let's say Marie comes here to Ghana. And she meets, Kwame here. All right. Now, Kwame is her age mate. Okay. But Kwame has no job. Okay. Kwame, he's maybe a boat driver, or something like that. Or he hustles here and there, but he has nothing steady. He's living with a friend of his from university. And he constantly talks about how he wants to migrate. Okay. Now, Marie went from 0 options in America. She's got 2. Now, she's got the younger South African. She's got the age mate in Ghana. Okay. Based off those 2 decisions, which deal looks like a better deal for Marie? You know, that's how you got to assess these things. Now, both of the guys have with drawbacks. Both of them have drawbacks. Okay. Guy in South Africa, he's 10 years younger than Marie. Okay. She never really wanted a younger guy, but he's settled. He's in a situation where he could maybe absorb her into his household in South Africa. He can be the man of the house. This guy in Ghana, okay, he's a macho man, but he has nothing else, no type of stability, and he's looking to her to enhance his situation. Okay, Mr. South Africa didn't say anything about immigration because he's already established in South Africa. Okay, he's already earning money and taking care of himself. But Mr. Ghana is not stable. He's literally pursuing Marie because he feels like, okay, if I get with her, maybe, you know, upgrade, I'll be upgraded. Shout out to the family. Star Washington says people aren't being honest with what they want. They refuse. Imagine a man saying, I'm not attracted to you, but I really need help financially and want to go to the West. Not going to happen. And, you know, and that's the thing. I believe personally that getting into these relationships, the most important thing would be mutual interest, which I've been dating for intent for the past couple years, okay? Which means, and mutual interest is a big, it's like number one to me. I don't want to be doing more than he's doing in the pursuit of the relationship. You know, if he falls back, I fall back. If he goes in, I go in. That's how I do it. But I realize that a lot of people are not even, they're not even looking for mutuality in relationships, which is a crazy, crazy thing. Okay. Now, it's much more likely, for instance, maybe Mr. South Africa is interested in Marie more for her because he's not struggle-life. Okay. It's a fact that if you come over here and you get these guys that are not stable, that they may not be interested in you. They're just looking for the come up, whichever form or fashion that comes into. Okay. It's nothing unique about you that makes them come to you, except for the fact that you might entertain them. Because you see, women here on the continent, you know, the men gotta have something to offer. The men have to go to the family and ask for a hand in marriage and be approved. They gotta pay bride price. They gotta be able to take care of their wife and stuff like that. So African ladies don't play with that. I'm gonna build them up stuff. Some of them do, but it's not across the board. What's more across the board is these men know, okay, if I'm gonna take a wife, I gotta be in position to take care of her. You know, so in many ways, the diasporian ladies will entertain men that even their own country women wouldn't entertain because they're not stable. You know, I remember my neighbor one day, I was showing her some pictures, you know, of this guy online that had sent me a DM. And she looked at him and she said, oh, girl, he's a Game Boy. And Game Boy is a title for like people that do like online fraud. Sometimes they're called Yahoo Boys, or sometimes they're called 419. Okay. And she looked at him and she was able to make that assessment because of various things, how he dressed and, you know, various pictures and stuff like that. So the ladies here, they can recognize when a man, you know, is serious or not. We may not necessarily be keen to that as foreigners coming here. Big shout outs. What's up, family? What's up, Miss Brown Sugar? I see you there. King Kenyatta. Yes. Marie said, I would be dating the South African guy. She's not trying to deal with Mr. Macho Kwame. She said, now, mind you, Mr. Kwame is finer. He's finer than the South African, naturally, because the unstable dudes be so fine, got the best bodies, tall, you know what I mean? It's always like that. But Marie's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and get with the man who is more stable. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. When you start assessing your relationships options, you can pick a deal in which you're benefiting and he's benefiting. But make sure that that mutual interest is there. You actually like the guy. You actually like the woman that you're getting into this thing with. You know what I mean? Because if it's purely contractual, then that means there's no frills around it. Okay. And that also means there's going to be problems when one or both of you don't uphold your end of the contract. You know, if you want to finagle, then make sure you get somebody you like. Because when it's somebody you like, you might be able to be like, oh, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on. Then you see it my way. You might be able to massage them and get your way because they actually love you and they're actually going to be soft and tender to you or willing to compromise. When you're dealing with people with contracts, they're like, no, this is what we said. This is what we agree. This is what you promised. This is what's supposed to happen. And we have a lot of those situations happening here. They are, in effect, contractual, transactional relationships. And, you know, when one or both parties ain't getting what they want, the problems are coming. What's up, family? Star says Marie probably gotta keep looking. She ain't filling the options. What's up, Kimla? Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? TK says Kwame's going to be fine. Had lots of free time to build muscles. Depends on what Marie wants. If she has money already, she will try to turn it all around for Kwame. Again, it ain't tricking if you got it. Now, you a sugar mommy and you come here and you want the fine, hard body macho dude and you don't care because it ain't tricking if you got it, go for Kwame. You going to get a good time. I mean, Kwame going to give you what you want. He look good. He's easy on the eyes. You feel me? You going to get that pleasure probably from Kwame, but you going to pay. And if you started out like that, ladies, don't get mad when that's how it continues. You think that you're investing in him temporarily while he gets on his feet. No, 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 no. Okay? The way you get them is the way you keep them. So if you want a trick, know what it is. Okay? Don't go falling in love. Don't think that he's going to fall in love with you and all of that. No, you're paying to play. That's how you play. You got to pay. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Tonight I'm talking about why Black American women are opportuning in Africa. Africa is the way of the future. It's the next, big thing. Again, any progressive people know what time it is, know that they need to get their stake in. And then again, you have the predatory ones that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to go there. Cause let's be real. There are some diasporan people that have these like superiority complexes and they feel like they're better than Africans. They feel like, oh, whatever. So they're coming here and they feel like they're going to be on a pedestal. They feel like they're going to get this man, whatever, this woman, kind of like the passport girls, passport bro thing. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go to a new environment. I'm going to be a new hotness and I'm going to get my way. Be careful. TK says that's what they all say. All that culture stuff goes out the window when there's a passport involved. Star Washington says, what do they want to do when they get here? Facts. Star says, one thing I learned is that a woman can't say, let's just have fun and see where this goes. Ghana men hate that. But if that is what you are on, if that's what you're on, then be honest. I believe that we could make, again, these situations work if we were more transparent. You have your expectations going into the situation of what you're wanting. Verbalize that to your partner. If they're able to provide it, if they want to provide it, then you win. Getting a situation whereby those things are not expressed or those things are not agreed upon is only going to end in tears. Your tears. Okay, ladies, this is a big problem with ladies. Man telling you this, man telling you that, man making promises, and you thinking to yourself something else is going to happen. Okay, you're here sponsoring this toy boy. That's what we call them here in Ghana, toy boys. You're here with your toy boy, Kwame. Okay, he's fine. He's thick. He got muscles. I know some Kwames. Okay, you having a good time with him. You sponsoring him. You paying his way. He tells you stories. Oh, my iPhone got broke. Oh, this. Oh, that. I just need a little bit of money to start the farm. Whatever stories. You're paying. You're cashing out. Thinking, okay, when I get him to America, Canada, he's going to repay the favor. No. No. Even if you are in a position to help them, please, before you start, assess that thing and see what's happening. If you guys are doing business, then make sure you're protected getting into that situation. All right. You guys are buying land, or you guys are starting the farm, or you guys bought the house or the car, whatever. Make sure you do your due diligence entering into these agreements with these folks, because I'm just hearing so many crazy stories. And I think to myself, sometimes you ladies are doing things here in Africa that you would not even do in the West. Okay. How many of you ladies out there would be interested in your Uber driver in America or UK? Have you ever gotten your Uber in England, London, and the dude says, "Can I get your phone number, please? Would you like me to take you around London later?" Huh? What about a tour guide? In some instances, you're entertaining men here that you wouldn't even look at wherever you live. Pouring out money on this guy. You meet this guy today, tonight he's in your crib knocking your boots. Which, I mean, some of y'all probably roll like that in America. But let's be real. Common sense is applicable everywhere. I know that Kwame's thick. I know he's thick. Okay. He's big and tall, and he's everything. He's got muscles. That smile is a killer. He smells good. He got a full head of hair, beard. Listen, I know. You know what I mean? But fam. Marie says, if I wanted to stay in the States, I would just choose an African nurse, with who I work with. I work with a lot of African. That's another thing. Ladies that are willing to import the man. Men that are willing to import the woman. There's a lot of foreigners right there in your backyard that you could get with. Why you don't want that? Why are you going to go through all the trouble of going overseas, importing somebody, visas, extra money, invitation letters? Go with some in your local vicinity. No, you don't want that. Guess what? When you import that dude or that lady, they're going to be just like them ones that's in America. The novelty wears off quick. If you want him to keep on being, that macho Kwame that you love, let him go and be here in Ghana. Because I'm telling you, he ain't going to have time for them muscles in America. He going to be working too much. Okay? He ain't going to be eating that organic food. He ain't going to have energy like you think. I done seen a couple people personally just deteriorate when they move out to the West. And I'm like, damn, you was fine as hell when you was in Ghana. And now you're out there. And it's like, damn, homie. You done lost weight. You looking tired. You looking old. You ain't getting that sun on your skin no more, bruh. You get you a thick one. Keep him right here in Ghana, man. Keep him in Nigeria. Think he look good in that setting? He wearing his abadas, you know what I'm saying? Got his little cane out, look good, eating that organic food. You take him abroad, bro. Listen, it's just not the same. Star Washington brings out this part. They have women in Africa. Also that too. That as well. And sometimes, the women will even know that Kwame is out there. Hey, look, I'm looking for a sugar mommy. I'm trying to get this green card. The wife will say, hey, that's okay. I'll let you go do your thing. As long as you sponsor, me when you get to America. Once you get your green card, you're going to bring me and the kids over or whatever. It could be an elaborate thing. Trust me. A lot of sob stories. And I know that the people that want their situations to work out, they don't want to hear these kind of things because they view it as negativity. Oh, you just don't want me to be happy. You don't want me to be great. Well, the thing is that, listen, you should be in consideration of these things happening because they're happening very frequently. Okay. Your situation could be legit. And I hope that you do come and find love on the continent because I understand how beneficial intercultural marriage can be for the diaspora in the continent if done well, But if we're trying to scam each other, that's not going to be productive for any of us. What we want to achieve with intercultural marriages is access to the West, access to Africa, and us working cohesively together to merge that. That's how ideally we would like it to work. But that can't work well if the parties are going in with different motives. They're not being transparent about the situation. There are women that if you told them, continental men, there are women that as long as they feel like you love them, you're genuinely interested in them or whatever, they will ride to the moon for you. They will be happy to do whatever they can in their power to help you be a better man, to help you escalate. But it's the scamming that makes this thing complicated. Women are definitely being predatory in some ways here on the continent. They come here, they meet people. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories. Women coming here for sex. They come here, they get somebody, hook up. And then I heard a dramatic story from a tour guide. And this was a couple years ago, actually. Met this lady from, I believe she was from Maryland. She came on his tour. She was all over him. She was pursuing him. They hooked up. And then the day she traveled, she just blocked him on all her social media, blocked him on WhatsApp. Like, she came over here to do her thing. And in the guy's case, he really liked her. Like, when he told me about it, he was crying because he really wanted to have the opportunity to be with her. And, he told me he hadn't had a relationship for a long time before she came along. So he thought she genuinely wanted him. And that's why he hooked up with her. You know what I mean? That's what his focus was. When he was very hurt that he had become intimate with her and then she just cut him off. And a lot of women are doing that kind of thing. It's just the truth. I can't, talk about one side of the coin without talking about the other side, because we all know. Some of y'all is hot and horny. You're coming over here and you like, yeah, I'm about to get me a Kwame, get me a Kofi, get me a Kwabena, you know what I'm saying? Get me a Femi, you go to Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? Get me something like that. Get me an Olu, whatever. Baba. Keep it real. Keep it real, guys. Big shots. TK says, my associate met a woman locally. The family said no, she was awaiting her admittance to a UK University Master's program. He married her anyway. Big shout outs to the family. What's up, D Cox? TK says, got a spousal visa and now living his best life in London. Star says, baby, I'm coming to Africa to sit at the beach and eat that non-GMO foods. Guy, I don't know what you're saying. What's up? Guy. He says, who is the Lou? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Fitzroy, what's up? He says, diasporian Black women should not go to Africa and tempt the men with money and promises. It could end bad. It's a fact. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. If you're coming to the continent with good intentions, you can really excel here. You have a lot of space and opportunity to be creative and actually realize your dreams, maybe your business dreams, maybe your romantic prospects. But again, It requires you being transparent, not getting distracted, not being predatory, and that kind of stuff to get what you need to get. And if you understand these things going into it, that should help you develop what? Strategy. Yes. The first point of our mission statement, SMP, strategy, maturity, and patience. Okay. If you start calculating some things before you get here, that's going to help you have more success, because you're not going to get involved in erroneous relationships or business deals. You're going to try to protect yourself and do your due diligence. That's why some people are getting scammed and having bad outcomes here on the continent and other people are not. It's because they're doing what? Being strategic. What's up, guys? We got almost 50 of you here. Please make sure you like the stream. I haven't seen any like counts. And also support the stream. Yes, don't forget. Hello. Do not forget. Kimla says, I heard that I need some money to start the farm a couple of times. Sir, you better get someone else to do it. And that's another thing. We have this perspective of like Africans being poor and them not having stuff. Trust me. Trust me. One of the biggest hustles on this continent is people being poor, and these folks have real money, because in the case here on the continent, they can't rely on credit, they can't rely on the government systems, they can't rely on retirement for their pension and all that stuff. So they actually have to figure out how to make and retain capital. You meet them and then it's like a complete sob story. Their whole life falls apart within a couple weeks of them meeting you. Trust me. They've got friends, they've got families, they've got cousins, they've got friends. You should be the last person that they're asking for anything in a reasonable period of time. Real talk. They will be fine. They might make you feel like the world is crashing down. Oh my God, baby, I'm sick. I'm in the hospital. I need 3,000 CDs for my treatment. Oh my God, I got beaten, robbed. Somebody stole my iPhone. I don't have no phone. They're going to make the story sound dramatic in some cases, and it might really pull on your heartstrings, especially if you're already intimate with them and you feel. I assure you, you are not the only person in the world that they know. They are not an orphan. They need to be going down the chain of command and not asking you for anything when you are new to them. Period. And if they get an attitude and they cut you off and they're like, man, you wasn't there for me, I don't know about our relationship, let them go, because they're an opportunist. I have friends that I've had for years. Some of you guys as well. I've never asked them for anything. Literally never asked them for money, never asked for a ride, never called with an emergency. You know what I'm saying? I probably have a core friendship circle of maybe like less than, 10 people that I would go to in the case of a situation, an emergency, and that's my circle, and they've also come to me in their times of need. And that's, once we have that rapport, because we have that trust and they know, okay, yeah, I can do this for Gina. She's going to look after me, blah, 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 blah. But when you meet a complete stranger, shouldn't be asking for nothing, fam. No. And that's also a red flag. I talked about it last night. A man, an African man, that is comfortable fixing his mouth to be asking you for something. It's a red flag. Real African men are alpha males. They like being in control. They like doing things for you. They like helping you out. When you move here to Africa, they're going to be the ones to try to champion some of your problems and help you out and introduce you to people and link you up. They're not going to be coming asking you for your resources, okay? If you meet folks like that, please understand it's a red flag. Real African men will not be comfortable asking you for things. They won't. They will suffer sometimes before asking you for anything. So if he can open his mouth and be like, hey, baby, you gonna, can you dash me a little something? I need a new iPhone 14 Pro Max X. Run. Big shout outs to the family. Yes. I keep bringing up something about a farm. Did someone try to get you with the farm? No, it's just a common story. You know, it's just a common story that they use. I mean, you know, I live here in Ghana, so I hear a lot of things repetitively. And one of the things that the folks will bring up is, oh, I just need investors for my project, whatever that must be. You know, it's not uncommon. A lot of continentals, they have lands, you know, and they've gotten them from their grandparents or from their parents. They've inherited them. So it's like, oh, I just want to develop my land. And because they think we're rich, they're just like, oh, yeah, you can give me $50,000 to start developing my land. And they come with that, you know, so it's not uncommon. And I'm just trying to help y'all understand that some of these things are very repetitive. That's why it's a red flag. They're going to, you know, you're dealing with homogeneous communities. So a lot of the people say the same things, do the same things, think the same way. So a lot of these guys, they literally feel like they've got a template on how to get the foreign woman's attention. So they say the same exact things. You know, as for me, I don't have any money kinking out of. And I tell them right away, you know, wow, when they start talking whatever, I'm just like, yeah, bro, me too. Like, I wish I had some money. I let them know, like, I'm not an investor. So I haven't been gotten none of this stuff because I can't invest in it. Roshan says, I am married to a foreigner and I asked him from jump if he was looking to just get papers, but I also sat back, watched, and did proper assessments before we made it official. Big shout outs to Roshan. I hope that situation is working out for you. Star says, I'm optimistic but cautious, as you should be, because a lot of this stuff is not too legit to quit. You can win with S&P. You can win. You know, you can come here and maybe connect with the right person. Even if you do choose to export them to your Western setting, if you want to do that, in some cases it does work. You know, we know some success stories, but unfortunately we know a lot more of the other side of it. You know, we hear the sob stories, we hear the scams, we hear the heartbreaks, we hear the deceit and all of that. So just do your due diligence. Big shots. Thank you, D Cox. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Dorina Stars in the building. Thank you, Star Washington. Thank you so much for that support. Yes. Appreciate you. Star says they won't flat out ask, but they will hint around. And that's true. Yeah, girl, they be thinking you got money. I mean, I told y'all about that boat driver that said he want to come to America and make $100,000 in 2 years. They literally think money is like just flowing. When they see you here on the continent, they think that you are rich. Like, you know what I mean? I remember, I forget who asked me if I wanted to buy this like Mercedes car. And it was like, I don't know, like maybe $40,000. And I was like, are you okay? And this is the way you should be. Big shout out to Roshan. She's got me all caught up with the messages. I'm coming with these messages not to discourage any of you guys. Okay. I'm coming to try to prepare your mind for the experiences you're going to go through. There are a lot of our peers that come to the continent completely unprepared. And then when they encounter these things, then they are slamming Continental, slamming Ghana, and all this stuff. The fact is, if you anticipate, okay, I'm going to run into Macho Kwame, who wants to bang my back out and then, you know, get over to America. He has nothing to offer. He has nothing going on in Ghana. Then the probability is not in your favor that he's genuine. Okay. The probability is more or less in the favor that he's an opportunist and he's looking for his come up. Okay. Now, in that other example, if you're dating someone who is stable, somebody who has himself established, maybe they have a job, maybe they have a business, you know, the probability of them looking, targeting you because they want to travel is not as high as the person who has nothing going on. Okay? The person who has nothing going on has nothing also to lose. And they might even be in a struggle survival situation. So they're ready to tell you anything. Yeah, baby, I love you. Let's get married next week. Okay? How many ladies? Okay, first trivia question. All right. How many ladies have dated, the ideal bachelor man? He got it going on. He's educated. He's got his own crib. He's got his own car. He's fine. He trains. He doesn't have no kids. He's ideal. Okay. How many of you guys have dated somebody like that? Let me see a number one. Big shout outs. Watch out for them tour guide star. They are known. A lot of guys that want foreigners become tour guides because they want to connect with foreigners. Hello. For the premise. Big shout outs to all the ladies in the building. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the stream. We got a lot of people that have met that guy. Now, you met that guy. Was that guy eager to marry you? Sometimes you might have been kicking it with the guy. You wanted to settle down. You wanted to get married. He said, I'm not ready yet. Now, parallel that with Mr. I have zero. Mr. I have zero, and I want to travel and I want to have a baby with you, versus Mr. Ideal Bachelor Man that could take care of a wife. He's got his own place. He's got a job. He's totally settled. He's not eager to get married, but Mr. Unstable is. Red flag. Red flag. Why do you think he's eager to get married? You just think you're the one, right? You just think you're the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. You just think that, it's love at first sight. The ancestors, the stars have aligned. You just feel like, oh my God, it's my time. No. Okay? It's motivated. Okay? Any sensible person that would be interested in a long-term relationship, they want to meet you. Okay? They don't meet you on the first date and say, even if they have a strong feeling, even if they may think to themselves, okay, I could see myself potentially being with this one, they may not voice that out. Okay? A person that really, really wants longevity is going to be busy trying to assess the situation, get to know you, ask questions, spend quality time with you. Mr. Unstable is going to bypass all that stuff. He's going to be ready to marry you immediately so that he can achieve his goals. You guys are hilarious. Big shout out to the African superstar. He says they end up staying for 30 years and still not making 100K. Facts. They think they literally think we're rolling in a dump. Like they have no concept. So this is the answer as to what's going on with Black American women. There are a lot of them that are coming for the right reasons. They want to protect their kids. They want to come for legacy reasons. They're tired of the racism. They just want to achieve their dreams and do things here on a continent that they know they will be challenged to do in the West. But you also have those opportunists that are coming here because they want big macho Kwame. Okay? And you're trying to use them for whatever you want to get out the deal. And they're also trying to use you. So don't be mad. Don't be mad. You come over here trying to offer them this and butter them up and, pamper them. And, now if you keep up that behavior when you get to America, Macho Kwame might be happy. He might be like, yo, she's good to me. You never know. But sometimes people just switch up. They feel like I got the upper hand. Now you on my territory. Now you got to do what I say to get these papers. It's going to end in tears. Your tears. Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being here today and talking about this topic with me and sharing all your comments. Again, I don't do this to discourage you from your best life. I'm definitely having my best life now here in Africa. I'm definitely, you know, sampling the seas out there. But, you know, SMP, you know, assess the situation. Get the best deal for you, ladies. Get the best deal for you. Don't lose in the West. Like if you've had a terrible love life in the West or whatever, you haven't had success in the West, don't come over here and lose. Win. Figure out how to win. You know, and one of the best ways to win, honestly, is to step back and assess your situation. You know, when you're new here in Ghana or new in Nigeria, Kenya, wherever you go on the continent, you need to take a little bit of time back and start looking around and seeing how things operate. When you first come, you're part of that euphoria. You're part of that nostalgia. Everything is new to you. You might meet, for instance, the tour guide, like the tour guide that was trying to hit up Kimla. Okay. You might meet this tour guide and think that he's the hottest thing ever. Okay. Once you in Ghana for a month or two, you be thinking, oh my God, what was I thinking? That guy is whack. You know what I'm saying? But you can't determine that if you are jumping the gun. You know, first guy that waves at you, you're in it. We getting married next week, Gina. You know, this guy sent me a DM. I see all these. There's this relationship group on Facebook called African Mingle, and it's primarily diasporan women and African men. And I see a lot of comments in the box. There are people who have, you know, they've been chatting someone in the DM that they don't know, they've never seen, or maybe they've done video calls. They're engaged to this person. And they say things like, oh yeah, I'm coming to Nigeria to meet my husband. I'm coming to Nigeria to get married next week. And it's like, would you do that in America? Like, let's be real here. Some men are scared of commitment, guys. Some men don't like taking care of their kids. I've never heard a man ever say in my life that their dream was to get married. You know, Gina, I've been dreaming of wearing that tuxedo on my wedding day. So, question, guys, analyzing. You know, that's what I want you guys to do. All right. I've talked long enough tonight. Big shout out to African Superstar family. Again, guys, make sure you get your votes in. We only have 4 more days to secure the award. Yes. If you're coming in late, you'll want to go back and watch the playback. I shared all the awards that are the prizes and things that are going to be awarded to the people that win their categories and the overall winner of the entire show, the person who gets the most votes for the entire show. So we want to win everything. Okay. We want to take every single thing that we can at the award show. Okay. Because I'm a winner. Hello. I want to win every single category. And I can do it with the assistance of the African Superstar family. So much love to you guys. Until I meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.